This is a motorcycle crash versus car.
Just another night in the Level 1 Trauma Center at UAB. Dr. Jon Winkler is the surgeon on duty, but Winkler holds a second title, Lieutenant Colonel in the United States Air Force. Winkler commands a Special Operations Surgical and Critical Care Evacuation team. Their mission, to provide surgical support in the field to our nation's Special Ops warriors when they are deployed to one of the world's hotspots.
When they go far forward and they're operating in locations that are beyond conventional medical care, we can be positioned out there to provide a surgical support, to provide damage control surgery, life-saving surgery, just to get them stabilized and then transported to a higher level facility where they can be cared for.
The 8-man team is headquartered at Hurlburt Field in Florida, but military hospitals often don't have the volume or severity of cases needed for the team to maintain peak performance when not deployed. UAB, on the other hand.
We're a pretty good training ground. We have a lot of penetrating trauma here, so a lot of what we see here in the civilian setting mimics what they will be seeing when they deploy in the military setting as well.
Jeff Kirby is a former Air Force trauma surgeon and is UAB's link to the team. It's a unique arrangement between the Air Force and a civilian hospital. Team members are fully accredited to practice at UAB. They work in the emergency department, do surgeries, and take nursing shifts. They arrived in the summer of 2010 and have had one deployment.
It's probably more of a twisted ankle.
Before returning to UAB to further hone their skills.
A place like UAB gives us is they see a lot of trauma. So we can come in, our trauma skills are going to be top-notch when we deploy. Our team skills will be top-notch.
Early morning at Birmingham's Ruffner Mountain Nature Center, an ideal place for a training session.
We deployed to some pretty rough areas, rough terrain, and we have to maintain a standard of fitness. So we come out here and do hikes with packs on our back just like we might be called on to do out in the field.
They are carrying an operating room on their backs. Surgical equipment, anesthesia gear, everything they'd need to perform surgery on a wounded warfighter, no matter where.
We have stuff from basic first aid all the way up to surgically stabilizing a patient doing real operations.
The team consists of trauma and orthopedic surgeons, emergency physicians, a critical care nurse, surgical scrub technician, respiratory tech, and a nurse anesthetist. Jeff Kirby says the learning process works both ways.
A lot of these situations, they're on the frontier, the cutting edge of new technology and new advances. So we get to tap into that experience, that expertise, bring it back to UAB, implement it into our civilian trauma experience, and that then leads to better outcomes for our civilian trauma patients.
The UAB Air Force partnership is the result of a long search for a way to keep these teams at the top of their game.
The best scenario that we came up with was to position a full team at a Level 1 trauma center. That enables each specialty within the team to maintain a very high proficiency in their skill level. The goal, the underlying goal, is to provide the best possible care to our soldiers and airmen, sailors, that if they get injured, we can provide the best possible care and be the most proficient at what we do.